This is Arizona Cat's Eye News.
Hello everyone, welcome to Cat's Eye News. I'm Jessica Davis.
And I'm Kiana Watchman. We have another great show for you today.
The Cat's Eye News team has a great lineup of stories for you, so let's get right into it.
Americans are still left in the unknown after President Donald Trump signed an executive order to remove the Department of Education. The White House released a statement saying they will not be cutting off funds from those who depend on them, and they will continue to support those who rely on essential programs. But Leslie D. Gonzalez, who runs U of A's education department, is worried about how this decision will impact K-12 and college students around the nation.
I'm having a hard time thinking right now about what a positive could be. What I mean by that is they are essentially starving the Department of Education.
Gonzalez listed many risks if the DOE disappeared, such as less resources in low-income schools, less investment in education research, and hurting America's reputation as a world leader in education. Although schools and universities are bracing for big changes, the Department of Education cannot be removed without congressional approval. Tucson Sunlink is a popular and free mode of transportation for University of Arizona students.
But violence near one of the stations has people questioning their safety. I asked students to see how they're feeling. The Sunlink runs from downtown to U of A campus, making it a go-to option for students who don't have cars.
The Sunlink used to be my favorite form of transportation around Tucson. I mean, it's free, it's accessible, but after hearing about a lot of the crime, I don't trust that I will be completely safe riding this, especially alone.
She is referring to a murder that shocked the community. A man was killed in broad daylight with a machete while waiting at a Sunlink stop.
I've been using the Sunlink since freshman year, and I've always felt pretty safe on it. I thought it was a good way to get me to and from class, but recently I haven't really been feeling safe.
This has sparked conversation among students and community members about the need for more Sunlink security.
More security, the better.
Officials say they're reviewing safety measures, but no policies have been announced. Until then, some students are paying the cost.
After hearing what happened, I've been starting to take Ubers to class instead of the Sunlink, which sucks because it is kind of expensive, but it's just how I feel and what I feel would make me the safest.
While the Sunlink remains a free service, some students struggle to choose between convenience and safety and hope changes come soon before more tragedy happens. In Tucson, this is Jessica Davis with Cat's Eye News. I reached out to Sunlink to see what next steps they're taking for more safety, and I'll have more updates when they respond.
Public transit in Tucson has been free for years, but now that could change. With Tucson city leaders debating whether to bring back fares, I wanted to find out what that means for all of us, the riders, the drivers, and the city that depends on it.
For over 4 years, riding the bus or streetcar in Tucson hasn't cost a thing. But now, after a budget shortfall and a resounding failure of Proposition 414 by Tucson voters, city leaders are once again asking, should fares return? SunTran drivers like Belen Stevens say what they've seen on the job goes far beyond what most riders realize.
I had to call 911 because somebody was overdosed in here. And if I didn't call 911, that person would have died in here. Yeah, he was passed out in there. It's how I find out because another passenger came and told me.
Across the city, residents lined up at a recent council meeting to speak out, some calling fares a necessary fix, while others warning that the system could leave people stranded, and the public shouldn't be responsible for fixing a mismanagement of the city's budget.
My son used to ride the bus when he was younger, and he's afraid to ride the bus, and he's 17 now.
And it's really sad and pathetic that this is up for discussion again.
I think they should bring the fares back. I think that would weed out a lot of the trouble.
We will not be paying for your inability to budget.
But while some are calling for fares to help fund safety measures, others say putting a price on transit could push the most vulnerable out of reach. Billy Holbrook uses a wheelchair and depends on the Sunlink streetcar system to move through downtown. For her, access isn't just about convenience, it's about dignity.
Easy to find a parking place at my church, and then I can take the trolley straight down to downtown here where the parking is impossible to find a disabled parking place.
For now, fares remain suspended, but Tucson leaders are expected to revisit the issue soon. Still, for others, public transit isn't about policy. It's about possibility.
I think that other countries have free transportation for public transport. We're going to have to get that. We're going to have that. It's just it's going to have to be a change in our government.
Reporting from downtown Tucson, I'm Emilio Perez.
It's great to see the community using public transportation.
Yeah, I mean, use it while it's free, right?
It's incredible how crucial transportation is to everybody here in Tucson.
Congratulations to all the students at the University of Arizona for ending this academic year with fruitful results, I hope, and particularly to the ones that are studying journalism and to the ones who are graduating this semester. My name is Jessica Retis. I'm the director of the School of Journalism, and you are watching Cat's Eye News.
We're currently in baseball season, and some students hope to win big along with the Wildcats.
Sports betting may make the game more interesting, but money isn't the only risk that comes with it.
Cat's Eye reporter Kim Nagomo explains the rise of online gambling and how to stay responsible.
Gambling used to be a trip to the casino to hit the slot machines. But thanks to sports betting apps like FanDuel, students can place a bet in seconds with just a quick tap on their phone. This is the most popular online gambling app, with their users increasing by 28% last year. Sports betting apps have taken over college campuses, and its easy accessibility has hooked students into chasing quick cash. But Dr. Jeffrey Duravensky, an expert in youth gambling, says they're most likely to become problem gamblers.
If you look at the prevalence rates of adults, it's the 18 to 25-year-olds who have the highest prevalence of gambling problems.
According to Dr. Duravensky, some signs of gambling addiction is exceeding their play budget, lying to loved ones about their gambling losses, and using credit cards to keep gambling. Chisel Mba, a senior who gave up online gambling, reflected on his old betting habits from his freshman year, where he made bets daily.
It was the opportunity to make about 4-digit to 5-digit money that people don't see unless they work for a month. That's basically where the hunger came from for it.
Thankfully, Chisel was responsible enough to cut himself off. Arizona's Department of Gambling provides resources and tips to play responsibly, like playing within your limits and to stop when it's no longer fun. The university's counseling and psych services also provide 2 counselors specialized in gambling addiction. If any student is struggling with problem gambling, please contact 1-800-NEXT-STEP. This is Kim Nagomo reporting from Cat's Eye News.
Today we're taking a closer look at a practice deeply embedded in American culture, but often wrapped up in confusion and social anxiety: tipping.
From restaurants to ride shares, hair salons to hotel stays, the expectations around gratuities have evolved dramatically in recent years, leaving many consumers wondering when, where, and how much to tip. When you see the screen, how does it make you feel? Chances are you're seeing this at your local cafe, restaurant, or even gas station. I took to the streets to ask the community what their opinion was on tipping and tipping fatigue.
I think it's really important. I feel like, especially because nowadays, a lot of jobs are making minimum wage, and that's how you make a lot of the money.
I think it's definitely grown, and as restaurants and coffee shops get tipped more, it's more popular.
Some places, I don't even see the point on tipping, because it's just going for regular, getting a coffee, which I think it seems kind of unnecessary.
Depending on restaurants, especially when it's bigger parties and they add on that gratuity, I think that's okay.
Tipping has become a topic of conversation that has increased since the pandemic. CNBC reports that 30% of Americans say tipping culture is out of control. However, for service industry workers, tips make up a large portion of income.
I will say, there's definitely been, when I've been working, I've experienced a lack of tips, which is frustrating because then it's less money for me, so.
Tipping fatigue is impacting society's standards of service. Consumers and workers continue navigating tipping policies in a society with rising expenses. This is Kiana Watchman with Cat's Eye News. The Children's Miracle Network supports over 170 children's hospitals around the country every day.
It's a student-led nonprofit on over 400 college campuses, including right here at the University of Arizona. And we just hosted their biggest event of the year.
Cat's Eye reporter Carly Siegel has more.
Today's the University of Arizona's Dance Marathon's main event, where they're welcoming family, friends, students to come by, donate money, play games, participate in raffles, eat good food, and overall celebrate the miracle child, Miles, and his family.
During all the fun, U of A's student-led group spent the day gathering donations, all while supporting TMC and the families of kids getting treatment there. Participants donated $10 at the door, every single dollar benefiting the hospital and 7-year-old Miles Deering, the TMC miracle child, diagnosed with a congenital disorder a few weeks after being born. Miles, his siblings Eleanor and Dylan, and everyone that came celebrated over $13,000 of donations that were raised. Team captain and TMC donator Braden Kennecke rounded up his friends to come join the fun.
All these guys that used to be playing basketball, I got out here just being able to help support all of TMC, what they stand for, and just help raise some money at the end of the day.
In the movement since high school, Emily Winograd says the money they raise makes a change.
We can reach out to our friends and family from home. If we can get students at U of A involved and donate $2, like that helps his family with bills, or that helps TMC.
Taking part means more support for Miles.
He has a whole family around him. He has his siblings, and he has us. Like, he has a college that's surrounding him.
Every dollar helps boost hospital research, equipment, and more, shaping a brighter future for kids' health like Miles. More information can be found on their web.
We're so happy to be here.
For Cat's Eye News, I'm Carly Siegel.
I'm Coach Harvey, and you're watching Cat's Eye News.
Now it's time for Tales, Treats, and Tucson Pride.
The 4th annual Pets of Pima Parade marched its way back to downtown Tucson, bringing together the community for a cause that's close to the heart and the paws.
Cat's Eye reporter Ashley Reynolds shows us how shelter pets find families and why this furry tradition continues to grow each year.
The Tucson Subaru Pets of Pima Parade returns to 4th Street for the 4th annual Friends of PAC Festival, bringing local animals, sponsors, and friends together to raise money and awareness for animal life-saving programs at Pima Animal Care Center.
Come on.
The sound of barks, volunteers, sizzling food, and fundraising flood the bustling streets of downtown Tucson with animal support. This parade is sponsored by Tucson Subaru, local animal nonprofits, and pet care brands, bringing the community together.
Well, we've been the sponsor since its inception, so we're trying to keep the relationship going. Subaru loves pets, and it's a perfect fit, and we just enjoy it. Our friends, our family, our customers all love it each and every year.
Many animal shelters and nonprofits struggle to find funding to keep their facilities open and healthy while staying under capacity. Coming together as a community, letting shelter animals get exercise and meet potential families, spending time with loved ones, and participating in a fun parade blends Tucson and its appreciation for furry friends seamlessly.
We actually get a lot of exposure from it. Some people that don't know who we are hear about us. And the people that do know about us, we get a lot of cheers coming in. Hey, Track, or hey, Smooch. My buddy right here behind me is Smooch. He's the more famous one at the Track Ranch. He's our miniature donkey. He's about 3 years old.
Following the parade is live music, pet adoptions at Corbett's, and more than 60 vendors selling everything from pet accessories and treats to baked goods for humans. To walk in the parade, the participants are asked to raise or donate $50 to support programming at PAC. For more information and to donate, visit the Pets of Pima Parade website or the Friends of PAC website. In Tucson, I'm Ashley Reynolds reporting.
Every day should be Earth Day, but to honor the acclaimed day, community members work to restore a historic area. Cat's Eye News reporter Desiree Tucker takes us to Cottonwood Lane, where it's just gotten a little bit greener.
Tucson's digging in for Earth Day as the community teams up with bicyclists to plant trees and spread the green. Tucson Clean and Beautiful welcomed the Britain Fund to help plant 21 cottonwood trees along Cottonwood Lane, a historic site.
This is almost a restoration project, right? We're on the banks of the Rito,
this is where we would have had lines of cottonwood trees back when we had high groundwater days. So it's a celebration of history, of nature, and of this place.
Britain Fun rider John Leffingwell shares helicyclists take action to support the environment.
We ride the Britain Fun ride. Each of us raises money to support tree research and education.
Planting these trees isn't just about looks. Will Leipold says it's about helping the planet.
This is the one planet we got, right? And so we have to treat it like it's our home, and we have to show it the respect that it deserves.
Will adds that trees do more than just offer shade.
They also purify water. They also offer countless psychological benefits as well and reduce the urban heat island effect.
He says planting a tree is one of the easiest ways to help Earth. And it's not just organizations making a difference. Community members are getting their hands dirty too, like Ali Bettina, who's no stranger to volunteering around Tucson.
It's Earth Day and I wanted to give back. I don't know, I feel like this one was really fun because I came with a friend. It doesn't feel like you're working either.
Although Earth Day is only on April 22nd, you can get out there any day of the year to help your environment. You can do what I'm doing right now. Planting a tree. Or you can get out there in your own neighborhood and pick up some trash. In Tucson, for Cat's Eye News, this is Desiree Tucker reporting.
RuPaul, this little cottonwood, say, grow, tree, grow.
Grow, tree, grow.
Say it so all the other trees hear you.
Grow, tree, grow.
Say it so
The University of Arizona lies within the Sonoran Desert. Although located within city limits, the landscape draws attention from newcomers and local citizens.
This campus has a diverse range of plants and trees, and to keep up with the beauty, there are people working daily behind the scenes. Cat's Eye reporter Marisa Orr spoke with maintenance workers about their importance here on campus.
When you think about the university, professors, athletic directors, and success stories come to mind. But little do you know there's hundreds of people who make this place run daily.
Being that we cover such a large landscape and see that it actually looks beautiful all the way around, we make it look good. So it makes me feel good. It makes the students feel good. It makes the residents around campus also feel good.
Antonio Colquitt has worked at the U of A for almost 10 years. He says there's many reasons why he loves his role in maintaining the university's beauty.
I get to do something that I love. I'm good with my hands. I love fixing stuff. I love cleaning.
Wally Godfrey has been in landscaping since 1987. He says people's reactions to the campus makes him happy to work at the U of A.
They're very grateful in the way it looks, and then when I sit back and look at the big picture, it's like, oh my God, everybody doing their part makes this a really beautiful place. It's great to be one of the spokes in the wheel of making this place beautiful.
Godfrey says he loves working on a diverse landscape.
I'm doing the same job I've been doing with the same tools, same debris, same plants, but it's just the location is really cool.
Miguel Morales has worked at the U of A for 12 years. He says student appreciation, in a sense, empowers workers to keep doing their best.
And every time that we finish a project here, we stand behind it, and we're proud of what we do, and hardworking individuals to make this place a safer and cleaner place for the students here.
Morales says what he loves about his job is interacting with people from every walk of life.
Whether it be a student or a faculty or a dignitary here, even the homeless, it makes us feel good, to be able to, share our experiences and our knowledge as well.
All three men say creating bonds with faculty and students is a benefit of the job. So when you see a U of A maintenance worker, thank them for their continuous hard work that beautifies our campus. For Cat's Eye News, I'm Marisa Orr.
Hi, I'm Desiree Reed-Francois, and you are watching Cat's Eye News. Bear down.
Arizona Athletics took a break from playing and focused on giving back to their community. With the cleanup, our reporter, Sam Brenner, has more.
In honor of Earth Day, Arizona Athletics joined the City of Tucson's Team Up to Clean Up initiative to help pick trash around the Roy P. Drockman Track and Field Stadium. Student athletes, coaches, staff, and Tucson citizens came together on Thursday to help clean their beloved track and neighborhood. High school student Lucy Ramon tells us why she came out to help.
The reason we're here is just to help the environment and picking up trash to keep it cleaner.
From picking trash up to clearing debris, the event turned the track into a symbol of togetherness as the Arizona Wildcats and community members worked with each other side by side. With it being Earth Week, it was a perfect opportunity for the community and the athletes to give back to the earth. Rick Hunley, the Executive Director of Player Relations and External Development, explains more about the athletes' involvement.
Our kids really appreciate it because it gives them a chance to get out in the community and give a little bit back. Doing this also counts a part of the community service hours that, they have record-setting community service hours that they give back to the community. And we appreciate it, the community appreciates it, and the players love being able to give back to their community.
The Bear Down Takeover cleanup shows that when Wildcats and the Tucson community team up, everyone wins. From Cat's Eye News, I'm Sam Brenner.
Even though they are not an official part of the athletics department here at Arizona, they sure are part of the Wildcats community. That's right, our very own Arizona men's wheelchair basketball team are national champions. They claimed the WCBA championship over UT Arlington, 75-65. Senior Justin Newman scored 26 points and was named MVP. It was the program's third straight year making it to the championship game, and this is the year they finally brought it home. For a program that has been around for 50 years, it was about time to bring a championship to Tucson. The team celebrated their championship at the South Recreation Center, where the championship trophy was on display for all to admire. Head coach Mike Beardsley had this to say about his championship-winning team.
To my team, I'm so proud of you guys. So proud of you guys. The culture we've built. You guys were so coachable this year. The best part of this year was after every tournament, people come up to me and they tell me how amazing you guys are. You guys are the nicest team. You guys are the most thoughtful team. You guys always clean up, always thank the refs, always thank the table. And as a coach, that's the most you can ask for.
To give us an inside look into one of the driving forces behind the team, we go to our very own Cat's Eye reporter, Juan Serrano, for more.
What were you doing at 6 a.m. for the last 3 years? I'll be honest, I was dead asleep. But for guys like Ben Thorin, he was practicing to compete for a national championship.
The final buzzer sounds. What's the feeling? This is our third appearance in a national championship game and our first win. So when that final buzzer went off, it was just kind of a sigh of relief and, just thinking back to everything that we've been through as a team. New players and old players that have come back and helped us mold this championship team. Everyone deserves credit. No matter if you were here for 1 year or you were here for all 5 of this, building a championship team. And then just to see the smiles and the instant reaction from everyone, the coaching staff, players, fans, it was just almost overwhelming, but not at the same time, because it felt like we finally did it, and it was like a sense of nerves just calming down and just victory,
He's one of the hardest workers I've ever met in my life. He's always in the gym. First one in the gym, last one in the gym. He makes me want to work harder. He's the standard for me.
The main goal is to not be satisfied. We can still go back to back, especially because we're hosting it here in McHale. So that's a huge opportunity for our program to show Tucson what we're all about, to show our community here that we know how to play. We know how to play basketball. We're not just a bunch of guys that are, disabled and want to be waited on. No, we're going to put in the hard work. We're going to be flying around, diving for loose balls. It's very comparable to able-body basketball. So I think not only are we fighting for a national championship, but we're also fighting for credibility amongst our community.
Ben and the rest of the team will be presented their championship rings at halftime during the Oklahoma State home football game later this year in early October. For now, this is Juan Serrano, Cat's Eye News. Let's send it back to the studio.
Are you familiar with the name Becky Burke? Well, you should probably start to get familiar. Becky Burke is now the head coach for the Arizona women's basketball program. Burke comes from the University of Buffalo, where she just led the Bulls to the WNIT championship. During her introductory press conference, she had one clear goal for the future of the program:
competing for a national championship. I don't want to be anywhere where that's not the standard and the expectation.
Burke's job now involves creating an entirely new roster while instilling her full-speed mindset into the program.
We now turn our attention to one of the most popular Arizona athletes in the history of Arizona athletics.
With the 8th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft,
the Carolina Panthers select Teteroa McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona.
That's right. Teteroa McMillan is now a Carolina Panther. After finishing last season as the all-time leader in catching yards for Arizona football, McMillan has now made his NFL dreams come true.
This makes McMillan the highest offensive player ever taken from Arizona. Next time we see McMillan on the football field, he'll be dressed in a Carolina Panthers uniform.
Did you watch the NFL draft?
I did, but I turned it off after seeing where he ends up.
Well, we're wishing him all the best in his endeavors in Carolina.
Thank you for joining us for Cat's Eye News. I'm Kiana Watchman.
And I'm Emilio Perez.
And I'm Jessica Davis, and we wish you the best as finals week is just around the corner. Have a great weekend.
This is Arizona Cat's Eye News.